Okay, let's talk about it. Some of y'all's eyes got big. Yeah, break out, baby. Okay, marijuana, the evil weed. Marijuana is the most controversial drug on the market. Has been for 30 years, will continue to be. One of the problems as far as the marijuana thing, first, the lack of information. Got so many spins on this stuff right now. You know what? First of all, I want to make it clear. Now, this is my belief. I don't want to offend anybody. I'm not trying to shove anything down anybody's throat, but my belief very simply is there's a God in heaven and that He loves us. And I do believe that He has a wonderful sense of humor. And I also believe whenever I look at the platypus, y'all know what the platypus is? I do believe that my God, anyway, has smoked a joint. Anytime I look at the platypus, I mean, you know, that's the most whacked animal, man. It has a duck bill, you know, and I can just see the Lord up there just give him a beaver tail, too. You know what I mean? Let's make him a mammal. Let's let him play some eggs. Now, I'll tell you something though, guys. I believe he got high. And then the next day, he sobered up, okay? And he looked at the platypus and he said, no more. Okay. My God is clean and sober, okay? Ever since that darn platypus was made. Okay? Now, again, I think he has a sense of humor. You look at the affect of what marijuana did. I didn't do a lot of pot. I didn't particularly like it. I mean, if nothing else was available, I think you should do it. My drug of choice was yours. Whatever you had, I wanted a lot. And it was my favorite. Okay. When I got high on pot, the affect of what it did to me, it made me hungry, made me tired, okay, and made me horny, okay. 3 great little affects. What am I going to do? Honey, bring the Twinkies, let's kill the pain. And God's up there just, oh man, look at Jimmy go. We're getting ready to fall asleep, you know, just push the snooze button. Marijuana has some dead many chemicals, guys. That's one of the biggest problems. When it's dry, it has 400 chemicals. When you line it up, 1,600 all the way up to 2,400 chemical compounds. Okay. Now, in order to pass FDA, they would have to actually do research on each one of these chemicals. Okay. For years and years, they thought that marijuana had one psychoactive chemical, or one chemical that got you high, and that was the THC, okay, tetrahydrocannabinol. They have found 60 others. There's actually 61 total chemicals in marijuana that will actually get you high, okay? Now, I will never question the benefits of marijuana. It is fairly effective for the glaucoma people, okay? They are, and you know what? The Marinol pill, the synthetic, whenever you hear synthetic, remember mayonnaise. Marinol is a THC medication that they're giving to HIV people. They're trying to stimulate the munchies. It's not enough to get them high, it's enough to give them the munchies, okay? And to begin with, the Marinol pill didn't do worth a damn. Now it's up to about 80-82% effective, okay? So it's doing really well. One of the deals that's going on is all these other chemical compounds. That's why they had to synthesize the THC. That's why they tried to get that man-made THC, because you don't have to mess with all the other chemicals, okay? They also believe that it is actually reducing nausea from chemotherapy, okay, patients, which is very significant. It's awesome. Chemo is a poison that we're going to kill cancer cells, hopefully more than healthy cells. And so if we can reduce actual side effects, we can put more chemo in there and save more lives, hopefully. Again, this is not a psychoactive chemical that's helping the nausea. It's a cannabinoid, and they will have a synthetic out by the first of the year. Okay, it should be by 2001, they'll have that medication out. However, there is another medication that's in experimental stages right now that's really being tested heavily, that is actually, they think it is actually eliminating nausea from chemotherapy. If this actually ends up being approved, then that's going to throw the cannabinoid thing out the window, okay? I hear a lot of stuff as far as marijuana when it comes to, well, it's a pain reliever. It helps me, get out of pain. I don't know, man. Percocet, morphine, compared to marijuana, I don't see a comparison there. But you know what? Whatever. The legalization as far as marijuana is concerned is all medicinal at this point. It's for medical purposes. And I know this is weird for a counselor, me, and an addict to say, but you know what? If it's going to help someone, I have no problem with it. I have to qualify that. You know what? I don't care. If you're terminally ill, I don't care what you're on as long as you're able to keep your dignity and stay out of pain. Okay? And my qualification on that is I had a daughter die of cancer, and you cannot tell me she wasn't addicted to morphine by the time she died. Okay? So I think that's fair to qualify. The argument for marijuana, let's see. It's a natural herb from God. What does cocaine start out as? I don't know. When we mow out here, I guess we get some rolling papers. Give me a break. I don't get that. Another thing too, I'll never question a contact high, okay? But if you ever get hot, a hot UA, especially a lab test, and I tell all my clients, if you're hot, don't come to me and tell them, I was in the concert, I wasn't smoking, everybody else was. I was in the car with 3 of my buddies smoking, but I wasn't. No, settle down. Common sense, guys. When you're taking head off a bowl or a joint or whatever, look at all the air you're forcing in your lungs, and then you're exhaling. Okay, if you're going to do the contact high, you're inhaling through your nose. Okay, exhale smoke. It's not going to chill up. You're not going to get a hot UA. You can, however, okay, technically, if you were in a 6x9 room or a vehicle with 3 of your friends smoking 22% pure marijuana for 24 to 36 hours straight, you can get a hot UA. Okay. And I've had one client that said he was in a car for 24 hours, bless his heart. So, you know what? No, it's not going to happen. Okay. Now, when we're looking at marijuana, this is going to sound weird too. If anybody says the best dope in the world's history was in the 60s and 70s, tell them to give me a call, because they don't know what they're talking about. That's ridiculous. And in the 60s, it was on average of 4% pure, okay? And you know what? Honestly, it really wasn't that big a deal. I know it really wasn't. You had the nicotine stuff in the car, but it really wasn't that big a deal. Nowadays, it's anywhere from 16 to 24%, or I'm sorry, 20 to 27%. And the more 27% was just busted a few months back, about 6 months ago, okay? The strongest dope in the world, I know Colombian sounds good, okay? Colombian sounds wonderful. Mexican Raid. When I was dealing dope, I'd get some pot, I'd get some can of red spray paint. Get an extra 20 a bag, by God, yeah. The most potent marijuana is in Kentucky, okay, as far as widely distributed. The most potent that's ever been busted ever was in Alaska, okay. They're looking at within a couple of years of over into the 30 percentile as far as potency is concerned. It just keeps getting stronger and stronger. Now, with marijuana, the legalization thing, by the way, is a popularity vote, okay? In the 80s, the most popular drug besides alcohol was cocaine, okay? And there was a movement to legalize cocaine in the 80s until this basketball player named Lenny Bias died, okay? And that was big publicity because the Celtics just drafted him. He was a young hotshot, never drank a drug ever in his life. And he died on his second hit of crack. And a beautiful dude, history. That's not good. When you're looking at the marijuana, what happens as far as our brain is concerned, I've heard several kids come in and say it doesn't kill a lot of brain cells, and that's a justification to use. Guys, it really doesn't kill a lot of brain cells, okay? I'll not question that. What it does do, however, in our brain, we've got these cells. We'll get more into this in the third hour. We've got our brain cells here. We've got this empty space in between the cells called synapse or synapse, depending on what doctor you're talking to. And in each brain cell, you've got these neurotransmitter chemicals, okay? These transmitters help us think well and feel well, okay? Now, these transmitters actually have to travel, okay, through the synapse. They need that space to travel in order to be effective. Make sense? Y'all with me so far? With that, they're effective. Marijuana will clump up the brain cells rather than destroy them. Cool? When you're looking at lipid solubles stored in your fat, a third of your brain is fat. Some more than fat and more fat than others. Cool? It clumps them up. It keeps clumping up like a ball of yarn being rolled up. Okay? The more you smoke, the more you clump up. Okay? If you stop in time, eventually these guys will come back and get their spacing. What happens a lot of times is you got a bunch of them that will actually come back and get their spacing, but there's going to be a certain amount that's going to stay stuck. Okay? That's when you're looking at the memory and the comprehension and all that good stuff. Does that make sense? That's where in our motivation, you see someone on film, and in my favorite commercials with those two 20-year-olds up there in their bedroom smoking marijuana, okay, and they're going, man, this stuff don't hurt me like everybody said, give me a break. And then you hear mama. His mother's over there, Junior, did you get a job today? He's like, I'm going to look tomorrow long, you know? And that's the truth, okay? Your motivation goes downhill. And if you want to come back and say, well, I'm in touch with my spiritual self, oh, shut up. For God's sakes, you're in touch with your THC. Say, I'm more creative when I'm on pot. You don't think you have that before you're high? Oh, my God. Who wants to depend on a chemical for these things? I don't get it. But that's what you're looking at when you clump it up. When it clumps up, that's the permanent damage. And it can be anywhere from 5 years to 20 years. I'm not going to blow smoke up your rear end, okay? The younger you start using, the more you're going to, the quicker you're going to have permanent damage. Any questions? Very beautiful. These psychoactive chemicals. Talk to any of your buddies that's done pot. Some guys are like me, hungry, tired, horny. Beautiful. Some guys will actually have their heart rate increase, okay? They'll actually be in a position of being paranoid, similar to being on cocaine. It's chemical-induced paranoia, okay? This is as a result of the other psychoactive chemicals as far as marijuana is concerned, okay? When you're looking at all this stuff, that, again, guys, we don't have a clue of all the crap that's going on with this stuff. The legalization that you're talking about, the medicinal, they want to work, of course, to try to get it to sell the convenience stores and stuff like that. But there's always going to be a black market, okay? They're going to, if they ever were to legalize, it's going to be a 12%, 14%, something like that. And there's still going to be a black market at 20% or whatever. Cool? Okay. Any questions? And by the way, it's illegal. Okay? I didn't like driving 55 and I got tickets when they arrested me. Cool? Thought it was a ridiculous law. I don't care. Doesn't matter. We follow the laws of the land. Now, one of the things that we're running into in our community and all over the country is, man, you don't know what you're getting when you're doing the pot. Okay? We had a 10-year-old tripping in class last year. Somebody got some acid in there somehow. There's some crank that's being filtered in there. Okay? I did that when I was dealing. I was a prick when I was out dealing, guys. Remember, we get a beer, a joint, a line of coke, crank, and heroin. And you've never used before in your entire life. And I got a gun to your head, and I say you got to do all those. When you do your alcohol, no big deal. It's not going to be very much anxiety or fear. Do your pot, not going to be that big a deal. But you will have anxiety and fear when you start doing the lines. Make sense? That's our view. marijuana a gateway drug? You always thought that, oh, maybe it's a gateway drug. Of course it is. Any drug that builds a tolerance is going to be a gateway drug. Give me a break. Psychologically dependent? Yes. Physically dependent? Of course it is. If you don't believe me, then talk to some people that go through withdrawal when they stop doing pot, okay? There are babies that are born with their mamas that have done marijuana, and they're going through withdrawal similar to crack babies, okay? That initiated the research as far as to find out if it's physically addictive or not, okay? Any disease or any drug is going to be physically and psychologically addictive, period, okay? That's part of the confusion. Now, this part you guys don't know, and it really it's upsetting. I don't like it. I've seen one report on Nightline about this. Y'all ever heard of well, first of all, understand, marijuana is stored in your fat, okay? Not a lot is going to get in your brain. What does get in there does some pretty serious damage because we've got this blood membrane that's protecting us, okay? So, a male's sexual organs, penis, testicles, dang, they're all fat. Female sexual organ, dang, they're all fat. Guess where this stuff's going to be stored? Oh my goodness, yes. Now, for guys, it is conclusive now. It is a fact, okay? It will cut your sperm count by 50%. Some of y'all, no big deal. Some of y'all aren't going to have babies, okay? Everybody know what testosterone is? Okay? Both guys and girls have it. We have more of it. We're able to grow this hair stuff. Also, we get pretty macho when somebody calls our mom a name, you know. We think we're, looking cool. We got this corn cob up here. It's not too good. Also gives us, and pay attention guys, the ability and desire to have sex. Isn't that neat? Eventually you're going to get your testosterone cut by 50%. Again, some of y'all no big deal. Some of y'all it's going to be a big deal. If you get it cut by 50%, you'll eventually be in a position of not even being able to get it up. You're going to be impotent. And the other thing, which is going to be really weird, you're not going to care. A friend of mine, which is in the field now actually, all he did was marijuana the last 2.5, 3 years of his usage. He couldn't tell me how long he was impotent when he was still using. Mm-hmm. Once he got sober, he knew it was 6 months, 14 days, 3 hours, and a half. What happened was that he was lucky. The testosterone started coming back, and he had the desire before the ability. Does that make sense? And if you don't believe me, by the way, if you ever watch MTV Loveline, go for it. Watch that. I watched that for a whole week straight one time. And you'll see these kids, 18 to 22 years old, calling up. And they got this addictionologist on there, and psychologist, Dr. Drew. And they'll ask him, you know what, I'm 19, supposed to be in my sexual prime, and I can't get it up. And the first question out of Dr. Drew's mouth is, are you using any new altered chemicals? And they kept track, I think it was last year or the year before, of the percentages. 78% of the time, they kept track of marijuana was the drug of choice that these guys were using. They weren't doing anything else but marijuana, and they were impotent, okay? Go do your own research if you want. Tell me what happens, okay? Girls, got a certain amount of eggs to fertilize, no more, no less, okay? Now, remember, this is lipid soluble. Now, your eggs are going to be protected. You got somewhat of a storage dump in there to protect these eggs. And that's not to offend, but what happened, one of the protectors on this is fat, okay? You can contaminate some of those eggs in there. And if it happens to be one that's fertilized,